Hey,
Hey,
how's it going, Nico?
good.
Awesome, awesome. Yeah, you were just like, do I just hit the button? Like, what did I do?
I've literally never done this, so I was like, I don't know if I hit a button or if you hit a button.
So this is your first time?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. I'm honored. I'm honored. I'm honored. Wow. So now, first interview on IG?
All of it. All of
Wow. Amazing. Awesome. Well, I'm honored to have you here. You know, this is a wonderful time. I've been saying this over and over. I'm just enjoying the company that we've been keeping, the sense of community, and yeah. So I'm glad that we ran into each other at this time.
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah. How's your day been today, Nico?
It's been really chill.
Yeah.
Yesterday I juice fasted and it was kind of unexpected because I thought that I thought yesterday was gonna be Thursday, but it was actually Friday,
Hmm.
and so I was like, dang, I have to juice fast today because I'm doing this group cleanse with some people, and yeah, so today's just been like really mellow
Hmm.
and chill, and it's been good though. It's been a good
Yeah.
day.
Hmm. What have been your highlights for the week?
I mean, I
Anything in
guess just like
particular? Yeah.
honestly, just like meeting all the people in our circles and stuff that have been it's been really expansive. Um, and really cool because I haven't really like had the opportunity to meet a lot of like-minded like people
Mhm.
online that I don't know
Right.
like in person. So yeah, that kind of happened like really fast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just like 2 weeks, and it's like kind of crazy and awesome, and like got a lot of different energies like flowing with
Hmm.
them.
Hmm. Yeah.
That's how I.
Yeah. I've definitely felt the energy flow, the energy exchange, just the energy in the room. And the different rooms are different with different people, right? Because we're all coming from different walks of life, you know? We have different ways of viewing different things, we see different things different. And so being in the groups with you especially has been expanding for me in my mind because you are just on a whole nother vibration, but I know that this is for my good. Like everything is for, my expansion. And it's like I'm ready to find out what there is more. It's like in an episode of Cosmos or something, like Neil deGrasse Tyson in our universe. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when did you actually come upon these abundance one circles?
Like 2 weeks ago, I think it was like
Okay.
really recently. I just like saw it online, and it was like I like just woke up and I was like looking on Instagram and I saw it and I just joined it. I didn't even think about it. Like I honestly didn't even fully understand it. I just knew like it was just like, whoa, you're just like giving someone money and then like you're gonna like be in this like flow and then like
Hmm.
have the opportunity to receive like this support from people, and like
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just like and it's been unfolding and like showing different things the longer that you are like doing them, and like different ones. It's very interesting, and it's been very like brought up more than I would have expected,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Hmm.
in regards to like how you use money and how you um like have exchanges with people. Like
Yeah.
it's very different than I think what a lot of people are used to.
Yes,
So
it is very different than people are used to because, the majority of people, I believe, we're used to we're used to security, right? We're used to that safety net. We're used to having to work a set amount of hours and make a set amount of wages or income. We're used to like the time based, I put in this much and I'm supposed to get this much back, right? We're not really used to uncertainty, or like you said, taking that leap. You jumped, you dived in head first without really knowing all about it. You were just all about the energy, or all about the reasoning, or all about support. I saw the video that you made when you first did it. You were just like, this is about support, keyword support, and
Yeah.
it is like, if you said it in the video, you have to keep an open mind to giving, but you also equally have to keep an open mind to receiving, you know? Yeah.
Mhm. For
It-
sure.
Can you speak on that for yourself, and perhaps like, what was it in your mentality that prepared you to even dive into something like this without knowing much about it?
I guess the fact that I like through this whole even just like the past like month or so, I personally have felt like in our family, like we've just had like a like flow of abundance happen,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And I just felt like I had the resources that I could share.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it really was more it was easier for me to be able to take that chance, I think, than maybe someone who doesn't feel that they have those resources, or that they have like the money that they can spare, or like have the like maybe lose it, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Um so yeah, I think I just like, felt the energy, and it felt good, and it felt good to help somebody, and I felt like I had the resources, and I felt like I didn't really, I wasn't losing anything, even if I didn't make my money back,
Mm-hmm.
and it just opened up a whole doorway of like, whoa, like
Mm-hmm.
even about money, like it's not even, and I know it's not about money, but like it's different. It's like it's about something else like came up. It was like it's about evolving and creating a healthier relationship to money so that we can live in a society without money.
Mm-hmm.
Because we can't just jump to having no money. We have to evolve the relationship with money and make it a good relationship.
Right.
And then we can go on and like play with moneyless society concepts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you
Yeah.
can't just jump to the next thing. Like you have to heal that. You have to evolve like those. Like it really turned like those lower chakra like feelings. Like I could feel it like changing
Yeah.
something physically, like energetically, like physically though. Like I could feel like something shifting
Yeah.
and just turning a different way that it wasn't used to, and just like changing the dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
It was just really interesting.
Yes.
It's interesting for sure.
Yes. Oh my goodness, Nico, I love this because you're saying so many wonderful things and so many important things that I feel like people need to hear, especially from you with your experience, on both sides of this. And we have Imari down here in the comment section. She's saying, she's echoing what you were saying as well. She said the looms are even more about energetic currency than financial currency. Yeah, energetic, And I love how you said, Nico, that you didn't feel like you were losing anything. You had a chance to do something for somebody else, to do a good thing, to give, but you didn't feel like you were losing, like you took a loss. I feel like there's different motivations and intentions behind people who join the circles, especially people who are skeptical or people with the scarcity mindset, that they'll feel like they lost out if it wasn't successful, or if it didn't turn out like they'd hoped. They feel like for some reason that they were robbed of something. But when you think about that, it's like, that's, to me, that's backwards. You know what I mean? It's the people
you
who.
have like you
Mhm.
have like a poor relationship with money somehow.
Right.
Something is missing where you think that um like you're saying like that there isn't enough
Right.
of that thing, whatever that thing is, because it's not about the money. That's just a representation
Yeah.
of energy. So yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
So it's teaching us how to let go, right? It's teaching us how to give. It's teaching us that there's more than enough, right? You know,
Hmm.
no matter what we've been led to believe, if we can, at the core of things, like if we can break it down to a science or say, okay, the law of energy, right? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It simply changes form from one to the next. So if money is just energy, then you really never lost anything, right? It just changed form. So you sent it out in one form, it may come back in another, you know?
For sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah.
What
It
did
like has
huh?
to, you know? It like has to. Like that's like you can't not get back what you put in. And I think a lot of times too is in certain circles if you aren't bringing um you know the like if you're not wanting to get to know the people or like bring a good flowing positive like experience into it, then it's not really going to then you might not get back like that. Like you have to be putting that in, you know, you have everybody has to be kind of collectively putting that in, and that's what really helps it to move and cycle through and
Mm-hmm.
get that momentum.
Yeah. But that's the beauty of the law of attraction is that it's a law, right? It's like it's never not working. You know, it's
Right.
always working. It's always constant.
Exception.
You know? Yeah.
You're you're not the exception to the rule.
So, so what has been your, I guess, your most significant experience that you could say so thus far in 2020? What's been an experience for you that you've enjoyed this year?
Um, 2020 has been like crazy. I mean, I know it's been crazy for everybody, and I think it's even crazier than like collectively than like I don't know, like it's not just like the COVID stuff, it's not just like
Mm-hmm.
like the outside world stuff. I think for everybody it's just been crazy internally and like in good ways for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I've just been really learning to appreciate where I'm at in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I have like big goals that are close that I want to like be at,
Mm-hmm.
but I have to know and like remember that cultivating um my internal environment and being happy in the moment that I'm in right now, even though it's not, you know, necessarily ideal, is what really is going to make me go into those goals, into those bigger visions with a greater ease and be able to like take in more of that experience and like be more fulfilled by any experience because you obviously only have right now and you only
Mm-hmm.
have your happiness that you have right now. But for me, like it's just been a lot of focusing on that because I can get really caught in the future and in the things that I want.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so just love cultivation
Yeah.
is huge. I think we're in this cultivation period, this like cocoonish period.
Yeah.
Um, but like big things are about to like flip on the other side, and like we need to be ready, and that's why this is like
Mm-hmm.
that's why the energy is so good for that right now.
Yes. Yes.
So it's
Mm-hmm.
all good, all good. Only good things are gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
Only good things are here. Like the world is like it's not falling apart. It is like falling together. Like we are like
Mm-hmm.
going into this amazing, great next thing.
Mm-hmm.
To be our best, fullest, most authentic, grounded like self that we can be to like fully embody that earth that we all want to see, you know,
Yeah.
because it's in every little moment and detail that we do right now, and that is what makes the new earth because it's in the now. Like we're not like gonna just like wake up and like fall into like some alternate like new earth. Like we like it's in your choices
Mm-hmm.
and how you live your life right now in your situation that may be less than ideal,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
So that's like been huge for like for 2020. I'm sure it's gonna just
Yeah.
you know, keep being a theme.
Yeah. Yeah. That's, that's a wonderful reminder for me as well. Like the now moment, being present, the present really is a gift, and it's like opening the gift, just being in the moment. Um, that has been something that has been a struggle for me a lot, where I waver a lot, where dwelling on the past, ruminating and on the future and thinking about things that haven't happened yet. But it's all like I'm trying to figure out, oh, like it's just an illusion. It's like these things are gone. The past is set in stone. Like, but I have today, and today affects the future. So somebody told me, we're living in the future of our past, but we're also living in the past of our future. But it is the right now moment, and that is all we have. All there really is now, and that's just something that I'm still learning. That I'm still grasping. You know, you can say it time and time again. You can hear it over and over and over, but it's like
Yeah,
it's to really conceptualize that it takes a lot to really just embody the now moment. Like now is all there is. And it can be frightening. It can be frightening for some people who feel comforted, just living in different time zones and not living in the moment. They want we want to escape the now moment, and we find plenty of ways to distract ourselves from the now moment and escape. But all
yeah,
happens in the now. You know that somebody said, the wonderful thing about the future is it only comes one day at a time, you know? And today is the first day of the rest of your life. If when you look at things like this, it's like each day is a new day. It's a blank slate, a chance to start again, to begin anew, you know? so
for sure.
so yeah, yeah. I enjoy the way you think, Niko, about these things, and your perspective is so unique to me because you actually take your time, you take a pause, you take a breath, and you let out a complete thought. You know, I admire this. It's like on all your videos, I can see you thinking. You know what I mean? Do you do a lot of meditation or?
Oh, I'm the worst. I'm the worst meditator. It's like one of those things. It's like like future Nicole, like highest self Nicole is like a good meditator. So it's like I try to do like like live. You want to live every day. The things that you want, right? Like you paint the picture of like the best life, right? What would that person be doing every day? And those are the things that I'm trying to do every day. Like my highest version of myself, the most successful, happy version of myself you know, does yoga probably, eats a certain kind of way, meditates. Like I have my little list and like meditate is on there for sure, but I am like just that is definitely something that's
Mm-hmm.
my forte, but is I'm learning.
Always learning, and yeah, we have our whole lives long to learn. That's one of the things I love as well. Now, you are also an essential oil educator.
Yes.
Where did you get into essential oils?
Um, I first got into just essential oils when I was probably like 15, 16.
Okay, so
Nothing special. I just used them more for like spiritual or like, the scent. And then when I was like 22, my cousin who is a wellness advocate for doTERRA, she reached out to me about um doing doTERRA specifically as a business.
hmm
And I was interested in that because at the time I was living in Hawaii and I was working at a hostel and I had like no money and, and I liked essential oils. I didn't really know anything about the science or certain brands or anything really like that. I was like I was like conscious about certain things, but my diet wasn't great. Like I wasn't super like I'm gonna read all the ingredients, you know what I mean? Um, so yeah, I decided to do that and I got my oils and I learned how to use them for health reasons, like for physical health and emotional health. And yeah, and just continue to just keep learning about the actual science
Mm-hmm.
and how they work and all that since then. And yeah, that's what I've
What's
been
one
doing.
of what's something about essential oils, maybe perhaps about the science of it or the health benefits that people people rarely know or it's not commonly known about essential oils?
I mean, when I first got my oils, and let's say I had like a stomach ache or something, I didn't know that you could take the oil and rub it on your stomach and it would help your stomach. You know what I mean? Like I didn't think about it like that. Like if this part of my body hurts, I can put it on my skin, even though it's inside my body,
Mm-hmm.
you know, over my liver, over my kidneys, it's gonna help that area. You know what I mean? I feel like that's not something that I knew.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the certain oils with, and I only trust like the doTERRA brand. There are other brands I'm sure that are
Mm-hmm.
okay, but you have to really be careful. But you can take certain oils internally, and they some oils can cross the blood-brain barrier and all that. So
Oh,
they have really powerful benefits
okay.
for healing for sure.
Wow. I
But
would have never
it's been,
known.
yeah, it's really crazy. Yeah.
So, is there a big difference between, like you'd say eucalyptus or like lavender and all this stuff? There's just different effects?
Yeah, so the oils are basically the kind of like the immune system of the plant, more or less, and you get these, you extract these compounds, and every plant has a different chemical or different like molecular makeup.
Mm-hmm.
They have different terpenes and different like sesquiterpenes and the different oils that make up the plant. They do different things, and it's easier to remember like for me, okay, you have a plant, right, and then you have like a oil from like a fir tree. Okay, they're all gonna kind of have more similar properties than if you're looking at the oil of like a flower. It's gonna be a little bit different, but all the flowers are gonna have more similar properties, but they're all gonna be a little bit different.
Okay.
And you look at the flower as like the reproductive system, right, of the plant. So the floral oils are going to be helpful for your reproductive system
Mm.
a lot of times. And the like the furs and that kind of thing are going to be very grounding. They're going to be very like you know, good for like anxiety and stuff like that. And you can kind of like piece it together if you just kind of like, you know, don't think about it too hard, you know what I mean? And just kind of like go with like I like to intuitively like pick oils based on like the scent and the feeling a lot of times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, unless I'm working on something that's like really specific or something. But
Mm-hmm. Mm.
you have like cinnamon bark, and it's like cinnamon's really antiviral, antifungal. Cause just think of like cinnamon, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
so yeah, just piecing things together like that.
Okay. So like same, but different, you know?
Right.
They're different things. Wow. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. I totally had I've been clueless in the essential oil arena. So thank you for breaking that down.
No worries.
So they have different applications and stuff for the body when they're applied. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. Wow. Okay. Now, when it comes to you also have twins, Indigo and Aria?
Yeah, Indigo and Aria.
Yes, yes. And I love that you include them in your videos. Yeah. You include them and it's like you see which is the one that is sometimes she gets really emotional and you're like, "What's wrong? Are you okay?" Like
Probably Aria. She's
Aria,
like
okay.
she's always like up in my business. She has to always be touching me.
Yeah.
So if I'm not by her, sometimes
How has it
she
been
throws.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, I said she throws a fit.
Yeah. How has it been raising them during this time as opposed to perhaps this time last year?
Um, well, this time last year, it's actually pretty similar because I was at home with them last year too. It was late last summer that I started working at a restaurant here,
Hmm.
serving. So before that I was just at home with them, and now I'm at home with them because I can't go to the restaurant because of all the COVID stuff.
Hmm.
Um, but it's different because now we're living in the house that my partner does work on. So he works on the other levels of the house
Hmm.
doing construction, and we're like in the middle level.
Oh, I heard him
Um,
hammering one time. Okay, that must. Okay.
so it's like construction all day. But I guess we would go on a lot of walks. Like we would go on walks every day, which we could still do.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
it's been kind of the weather's been a little bit like it's really cold right now, and it's like May,
In
so
Pennsylvania?
yeah.
Yeah.
But I think it's the last cold day, so I want to get back out and like do our like hour walk because yeah, that was like a really important thing that I did with them every day last
So a
in
good
the
thing
summer.
during this time is you've gotten to spend a lot more time with them, and not working at the serving job since they're closed down. Okay. Say again?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's been good.
Okay. Nice. Nice. Um, wow, there's a lot of things that I love that you talk about in your videos, especially about creating financial abundance during this time, and especially this time. Something that you said that I really had to put up today on my story that I just really resonate with is that now is the time. The time is now to create something that will, because it's like we've gotten used to the way things are, right? Or the way things were, because who knows, after this, there will always be a before and after COVID era, you know?
Right.
You know? So
Yeah.
who knows what we're going back to, right?
Hmm.
So it's like you were urging people, you're encouraging people, open up your mind to other possibilities with creating income, because it's going to help you out in the long run when things change. So can you speak on that? How you've been talking.
Yes. I really believe that, like I was saying, like this is the time to cultivate those things that you want to have like in your life for yourself. I think we all realize, especially now, how reliant we are on systems that maybe we don't even really agree with,
Hmm.
um, companies that maybe we don't really agree with or align with, or jobs we don't agree with or align with, and it's like, Nat, this is the time. This is showing us this is the time to take a moment and really look at these things and decide, like, am I in alignment with this? Am I in alignment with this? Like, is this what I want to continue to bring into my field, into my life? Is this the direction I want my life to go? Because there's other options and there's better options and there's options that give you the power over your own life in a bigger way.
Mm.
I think a new economy is going to be birthed out of this. It may look very different than what we're used to. It may look very similar, but I think people are going to be putting their money in places where they are feeling more aligned.
Mm.
I think that's going to be a huge thing we're going to see. Like, you know, like why are you working this corporate thing you hate? Like, why are you doing that? Because there's other options that are going to pay you way more, that are way more fun and way like just way better. Like it doesn't have to suck. It can be awesome.
Right.
And for me, doTERRA is one of those companies. They take they're they really care about people, not just like in America. They care about like people all over the world. They do a ton of charity work. They produce very high quality products. I think that's huge
Mhm.
to produce high quality products in a sustainable way that cares about all the people involved. Like those are the companies that I like that I personally know that I want to be supporting specifically. Like I want to be very careful where I put my money and very careful where I put my energy because these like I was saying like the new earth like is not like this thing over there. Like it is every decision that you make. It's everywhere you put your dollar. Like every conscious choice is the choice to live in that new earth. Like,
Yeah.
and that's Like, so this is the time to really,
Hmm.
you know, find out what you like to do and do a little bit of that,
Hmm.
like do what you want to do. Like I know that I also really like astrology, like I'm learning astrology
Yeah.
and that's like thing that like I can do and I can exchange with people resources myself. I don't have to rely on a company. I think it's also important like a company like doTERRA or other certain even like MLM based network or like sales companies. The thing that's really great about them is you can do them anywhere.
Hmm.
And if it's a good product and a good company, it's super like freeing and flexible, and you can
Hmm.
basically create your life that you want from anywhere. And for me, that's like huge. Like,
Yeah.
I want to be, I don't want to feel stuck in a place
Hmm.
or a situation or anything. I don't want to be tied to anything. I want to be tied to myself and like
Hmm.
what I want to do, and I want to be also doing something that is benefiting somebody else
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
And building connections.
Yes. I'm right there with you. I'm right there with you, Nico. And I love the theme, the whole theme of support, right? Because we often don't make the connection when we're supporting different companies and corporations.
Mhm.
Like I used to be completely fine with going to Buffalo Wild Wings and spending my money there, right? But
Mhm.
I didn't see it as making an investment or I'm like supporting this company. I didn't see going to McDonald's, I'm supporting them. I didn't see going to Walmart like I'm supporting them, right? I didn't link
Yeah.
I didn't make the connection. So when we're supporting each other, when we're supporting things that we're actually in alignment with, and actually speaks to us, speaks to our soul, it's it's different, and also you spoke a little bit about astrology. I would love to know more about what you know about astrology. I mean, you're Scorpio sun and moon, right? So
Yes.
being a Scorpio sun myself, how are you able to manage, the fluctuations in your emotions and stuff like that? Because I believe being a water sign as we are, that we can be very emotional, right? So how are you able to cope?
Um, yes. I I have I have a stellium in Scorpio, which is when you have like multiple like three or more planets in the same sign. So I think I have like six planets or like points in Scorpio, and me and my partner we joke around a lot because he just thinks I'm like you know emotional wreck sometimes, which is totally true. So I so it is I think it's a lot of discipline over your where you're willing to go emotionally.
Okay.
Where where are you willing to take yourself? Because you can take yourself, especially I feel as a water sign, to these depths of darkness and despair because you can feel that deeply and you're willing to feel
Hmm.
and you're not afraid to feel pain and depth, but it's like, do you really need to go there? Like, is it beneficial to go to the depths?
Hmm.
And that's something that I'm like, you know, still learning a lot of times, especially when I'm triggered, you don't need to go to the depths. You can feel it for a moment and you just recognize, like, where am I taking this? Like, is this gonna help me to really,
Hmm.
like, sulk and, take it into a negative place, or can I make this positive?
Okay.
So I think as water signs, a you have a great emotional, very vast like emotional scale, and it's like where are you willing to direct those emotions, and yeah, it's just like you have the choice to really
Hmm.
either take it one way or the other way. So I think it's just building that discipline in yourself.
Yeah. I hear a lot that, of course, emotions are like the energy in motion, the energy that wants to move. And there are so many times that I've seen personally where the energy or an emotion was just about to surface and it was almost about to be released, but something happened to trigger, and I dampened it, or I put it back down somehow, without letting it move, without letting it go. And
Yeah.
there are different ways to release these energies and these emotions. What are some of your favorite ways? I know you say you like walking with Indigo and Arya. What are some of your ways that you release these energies?
I guess it depends, like, crying. Maybe. I think that's a good one.
Yeah,
A lot
people.
of
There's
times,
people that are afraid to cry. You're right. You know.
yeah, I mean, I cry all the time. Like, it's not even like, I just, I think for me, like what you're saying, like where you pull it back down, like I do that a lot um, with angry emotions. Like
Mm-hmm.
those are my ones where I am like, I don't want to be angry, so I'm just gonna shove it down deep inside. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just gonna like pretend it's not there and like
Mm-hmm.
not express it because that's bad. And for that, like I'm learning. For me, it's changing the belief what um about that whatever situation that's making me angry. And that's something that my partner Will, he is really good at helping me with
Mm-hmm.
because he's a Pisces and he's very
Oh, okay.
intuitive. He picks up on every little emotional fluctuation. Like you can't hide anything, and it's like so
Mm-hmm.
annoying. And
Mm-hmm.
because I can't just be like angry and hold it in because he'll bring it out.
Mm-hmm.
So really like bringing it out, talking about it, changing that belief, or working with that belief, like and then clearing it and letting it go. Like
Yeah.
uh,
Wow. Working with it,
that's
changing it, clearing it, letting it go. That sounds like alchemy to me. That sounds like really, being able to turn a negative into a positive, or what we perceive as a negative into a positive. It's like not allowing that poison, as a Scorpio, like allowing that poison to set in you and to eat you up, on your insides, right? They say like anger or holding a grudge, or against another person, it's like ingesting poison and waiting for the other person to die. You're going to be waiting a long time, and while you're waiting, you're being eaten
you're
up inside, right? So yeah, so wow,
yeah,
that's powerful that your partner, you is able to pick up on that, intuitively, and is able to work with you. Hmm.
yes, he does not let me off. Like no, which is good because like especially me, like I need that because sometimes I can sometimes not even realize that I am not expressed, like that I'm holding something in. I think because I'm just so used to um not keeping things a secret necessarily, but just like not expressing certain things that I just feel like aren't important or something. But
Mm-hmm.
it's
So it's not like a lie of omission. You're not keeping a secret, but you're just not letting it out into the open.
I think it's just been because um just being like how I cultivated my energy in my childhood
Hmm.
was just very much in solitude, like in myself and letting it all be within me
Hmm.
and not really expressing it, that I don't always realize when I'm not expressing something. I
Okay.
have to like be more hyper aware and more willing to actually overexpress to kind of balance that until I can really um fully
Hmm.
realize all of those things that I'm not fully expressing. And I don't think I'm quite at that point yet. I'm still like working to over express
Hmm.
rather than hold things in to really, yeah, to really get past that.
And to find that balance too. Yeah. Yeah. And one of the key words that you said there that I want to point out is awareness, right? Awareness. What does that word mean to you? And how in this day and age do you feel like more people could benefit with more awareness? Because there's something to be said about things that could be right in front of our face, right? An opportunity that you would never see because it's out of your field of awareness, right? You're not aware to see what's right in front of you, like whether it be something, financial opportunity or something that many people are doing, but you aren't seeing that it's even an option, right? So you don't even know that this exists for you as a choice. What does that mean to
Right.
you?
I mean, I guess just letting go of expectation
Hmm.
of um going about things with a curiosity
Yeah.
and with an openness to an openness to things going completely different.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
and that expands your option field. Like if you're going into a situation, you're expecting an outcome, and that's the only thing you want to see, even if it's like the best outcome, quote unquote. It might not be the best outcome because you probably don't even really know what's going on in the full grand picture, you know? The
Mm-hmm.
outcome might be over here, but if you're so hyper focused on this outcome, you're missing the best, really the best outcome.
Right.
So just going into it with a curiosity, no expectations,
Hmm.
whatever it is, and just, continuing to be as happy, as good, as positive as you can be through any moment, and then the best outcome for you will come.
Yes.
It will.
I
You're
have
letting it happen.
I have to write this down. I got to write that down. I'm definitely going to remember that. That going in with no expectations will reveal the best outcome. Wow. Wow. You know, that is so key. That resonates with me on every level because even going to California from Texas, like meeting this person and that person, all the stuff, like I didn't have a plan, but all
Hmm.
was revealed, all was laid out. It was like everything was provided when I had no expectations, when I just left it all, up, just left it all
Yeah.
up. It was like there's so many sayings like when man makes plans, God laughs and stuff like that. Like there's a
Yeah.
laughter that comes when we make plans because what what our minds can conceptualize or conceive or perceive of being in our reality is so minuscule or so minute compared to the possibilities, the realm of possibilities that are out there for us in just the big scheme of things. It's like we can't even imagine. We can only try to comprehend what could possibly happen, and it usually it far exceeds our expectations.
You don't even know. Like you don't even know what's even available. Like
Right.
you have no idea.
Right.
Like we never know.
Right.
Be literally anything, and you have like you don't even know what you want.
Right.
You don't even know what the best thing is.
Yeah.
Like no one does.
Yeah. So, if we don't even know what the best thing is, the best option available or the best thing that could happen to us, the best possible outcome, it would serve us to just let go, to just release, and to just relinquish all of our expectation to, but that takes faith, that does kind of take trust and faith in
Yeah,
something that a lot of people are, yeah, we're afraid. We're afraid to let go. Yeah.
for sure. I
It's
guess it's just take it moment by moment, That comes back to like be present. Like if you enjoy where you are right now, then you can never not enjoy where you are right now. Like you're never gonna have it like even if it's it's having that gratitude, even in the situations that are less than ideal, that are maybe even horrible, finding the light in those situations, finding the lesson, finding the gratitude, and it will get better, it will change, and your external everything is a direct mirror to yourself, and that is like the truth.
yes.
And one day at a time, one moment at a time, especially if you have a hard time taking
Hmm.
big faith,
One breath
you have,
at a time. Shoot.
yeah, one step at a time.
That's yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness. This is so nourishing right now. I'm really loving this. Um one of the greatest things that you said to me was true sobriety is like more powerful than any psychedelic. Can you describe what that means to you and like how that speaks to you in your experience?
Yeah, I mean, I've taken a lot of psychedelics before. I've experimented with different substances to have different experiences, to connect with different, different plants and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I've also um, been complete. I mean, I am completely sober. Like, I haven't really. I'm like, 2 years ago when I first, I was just eating whatever and whatever, like my regular plain old lifestyle, and me and my partner actually, we were gonna take this acid, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna tell you the story. We were gonna take this acid, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna fast for 6 days before we do this. Like, I'm just gonna go fast. And like, I've never fasted before. Like, I was eating like McDonald's. Like, swear to God, I was like, I'm just gonna
Mm-hmm.
fast for 6 days. And we prep all this stuff. And through this process, this 6 day process, I I was just like, every day just got trippier and trippier. I just felt more heightened awareness, like more high,
Mm-hmm.
like color. Like, I was just like, every day was just like another trippier day than the last. I was like,
Yeah.
this is insane. Like, it was just so intense and so insane. And when we went to take the acid, we had this whole trip planned, like we were going to take this acid and whatever. We
Mm-hmm.
took it and nothing happened. Okay, nothing happened. It was like the acid was like bad, or like it was nothing happened, right?
Okay.
And we really just realized, um, like, we are the drug. Like,
Yeah.
there is no drug that is ever gonna surpass your pure sober state. And this more sober, like we all think we're sober if we're just not like on drugs all day. Like,
Mm.
no, if you're consuming pop, like if you're consuming anything that has any chemical makeup, it is affecting you.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Mm-hmm.
affecting your true essence
Yeah.
from being fully expressed.
Yes.
And you may be able to take something like a psychedelic, like mushrooms or something, and have this beautiful spiritual experience, and that may be true, but though all of those things are still going through the lens of that substance, and
Yeah.
it's not still not purely you, which is the most psychedelic, trippiest, like, out there experience you could ever have, is just within you, your sober self,
Yes.
in your electric cells,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, there's just nothing greater, because now it's like there's nothing I could take that's going to propel me forward the way I want, like being within myself and
Mm-hmm.
being my most pure state will do. Like, it's
Right.
just going to set me backwards. It's just going to be another thing for me to have to basically look and try to find my pure self through that filter. Like,
Right.
I don't want to filter myself.
Mm-hmm.
you know, I spent a lot of time when I was younger, like smoking a lot of weed. Like, I smoked a lot of weed every day,
Mm-hmm.
and like I thought it was so great, and nothing against it. And like, yeah, you can have these things as certain stepping stones. They can be helpful, but I think you hit a point where you're just like, this is just um it's like it's taking away from my essence. It's taking away from my what I really want to be bringing forward in myself, and it's distracting me from really working on these specific things that I am like covering with that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's like blanketing over it, and it's making my head fuzzy and all these things, and it's like, you don't even need the weed to feel the high, and it's way better
Yeah.
high when you're just yourself. Like, so much better and cleaner, and there's no downfall. Like, it just gets better.
Right.
So there's a lot I could say with that, because I think it's it's just another one of those things that we can get um, caught in this loop of healing,
Mm,
this
mm,
process, and it's like, no, there's no process needed. You don't need to keep like doing these things over and over and over again to try to like heal yourself. Like that's not how you heal yourself,
mm,
you know? You can do these things. I think if you go into it knowing that you are going to get something out of it that's going to be clouded by the perception of that
mhm,
substance, and maybe if you're just going into it to just have fun, maybe even like it's better than going into it thinking that you're actually healing yourself better than you would if you were sober. Because
mm,
like,
mhm,
there's no, you can, you're gonna have to still shift the clouded perception of what that substance is putting on you
mhm,
and still have to unravel those things. You know, there's always just going to be another layer to peel off because you're not just doing your own, self work
mhm,
with yourself,
mhm.
you know?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. That's powerful. That's powerful. There's a lot to unpack in that, in just saying that. And I really do appreciate you sharing your testimony, because it sounds like you're coming from a place of knowing, it really sounds like you're coming from a place of that firsthand experience that you can't give that to somebody. It's like you have to go through that to fully understand, to fully realize what you're talking about. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
yeah, I myself have had my own experiences as well, and I totally know what you mean. It is a filter. It's a filter, and we can fool ourselves or trick ourselves into believing that it's like this is enhancing me or it's getting me towards something. But like you said, it's like they're all really just additives that are, in a way, they're taking away from our true essence. They're taking away something that we don't need anything to provide. It's like we can experience something that is even greater without anything to enhance or add. you know and yeah, yeah, it's like one of my mentors, Monica Schuett, she was saying like she realized one of the greatest things she realized was that it wasn't about what she was putting into her body, but what she stopped putting into her body. You know, what she stopped, and it was like she realized that the body is perfect. It's the moment that we stop consuming or putting something in, the body automatically starts the detox process. Like the detox has begun, you know? And I love how you make the connection between, substances and even food. You know what I mean? It's like whatever we're putting into the body is really just, it's affecting us chemically on a chemical level. Yeah. Yeah. So, wow. That's truly powerful, Niko. Thank you. Wow. So
Yeah.
anything, this has been wonderful. I'm sure we will do this again. I know we will,
Yeah.
because it seems like you have a lot more to say, you know what I mean? And there's just a lot more to go into, but anything else that you would like to give the folks? And thank you for everyone who is joining. Thank you. Just big shout out to everybody joining here. Yulika says soul food. She says soul food. This is nourishing. Yeah. Anything you'd like to say to the people who might be watching this on the replay as well?
I think just enjoy where you're at.
Mhm.
Find those little things that um, can get you to that vibration of gratitude and joy, and hold on to that. If you're struggling, hold on to the little things and keep putting in the sprinkle the seeds of energy where you want to see the growth happen.
Mhm.
You know, do it now. Even if it's just a little bit, because it will come. It will grow and blossom into the life of your dreams. But you have to put that energy there.
Yes. Yes.
Do it now.
Do it
This is the
now. Right now. Right now. Like no, like right now. Yes, I totally believe, what we focus on the longest grows the strongest. you know. And you were saying that earlier when we were talking about focus and awareness. And I think, you know, they asked Mother Teresa or something like, "Will you protest with us against war or something?" And she was like, "No, you know, I won't protest against war, but if you have when you have a protest for peace, I'll be there. You know, I'll be there."
So good.
Right?
So,
It's
oh my God.
whatever
Yes.
we're, you know, whatever we resist persist, whatever we focus on the longest grows the strongest. These things, it's like it gets more powerful. So I love it. Being intentional about planting the seeds where we're planting. And yeah, we will reap the harvest. But if we do not sow, we do not reap. Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Wonderful. Wonderful. Though this is powerful, you know, and I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. I'm in your group as well, so we're actually like talking to each other. So in the
It's
group
going,
with say again?
I said it's going so good.
Yeah. It really is. It really is
It's a
going.
good experience.
Yeah, it's a wonderful experience. But yeah. Till next time.
Yes, thank you so much. This was awesome. Um, never done anything like this.
I
So it
forget
was
it's your
really,
first time. You're a natural. You talk for a whole hour.
dude, I didn't even know. I'm like, I think I tricked myself into thinking I'm not a good at these kinds of things. I don't.
You know, you're coming from your heart space. You know what I mean? There's no going wrong, I believe, when you're able to speak from that heart space from and just be genuine, just be who you are. Yeah, it's the same thing. It's only when we're trying to add a layer or a filter that that the message
Trying to think of something else, like,
yeah.
wow.
Right. Yes, yes. So, all right, my friend.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Take care.